Zomedica, ZOM, has been one of the meme stocks of 2021, favored by retail traders. ZOM shares are down sharply during Tuesday's pre-market session. News flow in ZOM has slowed down. Investors await an update on the True Forma product. In this video, we will check out Zomedica, ZOM, Stock Prediction and Analysis 2021. Number 7. ZOM stock price. ZOM shares have been on a charge in 2021. ZOM shares opened the year at 25 cents before receiving attention from retail traders. The shares were quickly bid up to $2.91 by February, but since then it has been a steady decline. Traders were optimistic over the True Forma platform, helping veterinary diagnostics in the booming pet industry. Results for Q4 2020 are to be released on Wednesday, February 24th. While investors will focus on the results, it will be the outlook and any further news on the True Forma rollout that will be looked for. The Zomedica Pharmaceuticals Corp stock price fell by 4.81% on the last day, Friday, March 5th, 2021, from $1.87 to $1.78, and has now fallen 4 days in a row. During the day, the stock fluctuated 35%, from a day low at $1.40 to a day high of $1.89. The price has fallen in 6 of the last 10 days and is down by a negative 21.93% for this period. Volume has increased on the last day by 43 million shares, but on falling prices. This may be an early warning, and the risk will be increased slightly over the next couple days. In total, 121 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $215.83 million. Given the current short-term trend, the stock is expected to rise 283.16% during the next 3 months, and with a 90% probability hold, a price between $6.82 and $13.29 at the end of this 3-month period. Number 6. ZOM stock news. Zomedica's ascent began in January of this year when it announced the arrival of a new CEO, Robert Cohen. Shortly thereafter, Reddit traders piled into the stock, causing it to grow explosively and putting it on the map for the first time. Since then, its price has remained quite high, and it's possible that it will exit penny stock territory and become a more broadly appealing investment rather soon. That assumes vets actually flock to purchase its much anticipated diagnostic hardware, however. Shares in ZOM have been boosted by retail investor sentiment. Most have cited the upcoming launch of the company's True Forma diagnostic product. News on the rollout of this platform will be eagerly anticipated, more so than the actual results themselves. ZOM has recently raised significant funds via a bought deal, which gives the company funds to grow the business. But having funds means you have to know how to use them, and this is why the outlook and results statement will possibly be more important than the earnings per share number. Number 5. Signals and forecast. The Zomedica Pharmaceuticals Corp stock holds a sell signal from the short-term moving average at the same time. However, there is a buy signal from the long-term average. Since the short-term average is above the long-term average, there is a general buy signal in the stock, giving a positive forecast for the stock. On further gains, the stock will meet resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately $1.94. On a fall, the stock will find some support from the long-term average at approximately $1.69. A break through the short-term average will send a buy signal, whereas a break down through the long-term average will send a sell signal. Some negative signals were issued as well, and these may have some influence on the near short-term development. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Monday, February 8, 2021, and so far it has fallen negative 34.7%. Further fall is indicated until a new bottom pivot has been found. Furthermore, there is currently a sell signal from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, MACD. Volume rose on falling prices. This may be an early warning, and the stock should be followed more closely. Number 4, shareholders will have a lot more to discuss in 2021. Zomedica's product is Truforma, which is an analyzer device intended for veterinarians' offices. Rather than grabbing a swab from your pup or kitten and then sending it off to a laboratory for analysis, vets load the swab into a handy cassette, pop it into the desk Truforma machine, and wait around 20 minutes for results. Then, the vet reads the critical canine or feline health data and proceeds with picking the right treatment. The biggest reason why people are talking about Zomedica right now is that Truforma is scheduled to launch on March 30th. At launch, it'll be capable of 5 different diagnostic assays for cats and dogs. 2 more assays will be out the door by the end of 2021. Moving forward, the company has already indicated that 3 new gastrointestinal health assays are currently in development, with even more to come in the future. That means early adopters will have an increasingly capable diagnostic asset on their hands. It also ensures that the company gets an expanding stream of reoccurring revenue from its base of installed systems. If you've ever taken your pet to the vet for something other than a routine checkup, you've witnessed the amazing perceptiveness of veterinarians. Even though their patients can't communicate their ailments, at least my Labradors never could, vets still find a way to diagnose the problem. And soon they'll have a powerful new tool that can make the process much faster and easier thanks to Zomedica. Zomedica's ascent began in January of this year when it announced the arrival of new CEO Robert Cohen. Shortly thereafter, Reddit traders piled to the stock, causing it to grow explosively and putting it on the map for the first time. Since then, its prices has remained quite high, and it's possible that it will exit penny stock territory and become a more broadly appealing investment rather soon. That assumes vet actually flock to purchase its much anticipated diagnostic hardware, however. Number 3, what's next? In mid-February, Zomedica raised around $200 million in a public offering. Given that the company has less than $2 million in debt and trailing 12-month operating cash outflows of only $16.2 million, it now has an abundance of funds to use to foster future growth. Likewise, as Truforma's rollout starts to pick up pace later in the year, investors could see accelerating revenue growth for the first time in the company's history, assuming things proceed as management plans. At the moment, it's unclear whether Zomedica will be profitable in the short term, but that's just one more thing that people will be talking about once its post-launch earnings report comes out. The stock could also experience another round of Reddit-driven volatility, which could drive its price even higher. On the other hand, the stock's price may take a tumble if the market finds that its valuation is too high, given the actual revenue brought in by equipment sales. Similarly, if Truforma flops, there's guaranteed to be a massive contraction. Investing right now would be quite a risky move, though the rewards might be large for daring buyers. Either way, I think this stock's long-term behavior will be closer to a slow burn than a wildfire, at least once the current interest dies down. Penetrating the market for animal health diagnostic hardware is going to take quite some time, as we'll develop new tests to run on Truforma. In the meantime, it could be the perfect time to pick up some Zomedica stock to make sure that you benefit from its growth potential. I think that the stock's bite will match its bark sooner rather than later. Number 2, support, risk, and stop loss. Buying Zomedica stock means getting in on the literal ground floor. The company doesn't have any other products approved for sale, and their prospect for significant revenue, let alone profit, in the near future is questionable. Therefore, it's no wonder why the company jumped at the chance to raise $173.5 million instead of $25 million in its public offering. That cash will help keep the company going as it scales production. That's assuming Miller Veterinary is successful in its state-by-state sales job, of course. ZOM stock is a bet on pets and their owners' devotion. There is potential, but certainly not a guarantee of long-term growth. Just be prepared for some volatility for now. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $1.50. With no support from accumulated volume below today's level, the risk is increased, as a drop below the support at 0 cents may give a huge drop in the stock price. This stock may move very much during the day, volatility, and with a very large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, this stock is considered to be very high risk. During the last day, the stock moved 49 cents between high and low, or 35%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 16.86%. Number 1. Should you buy shares in Zomedica, ZOM? Shares can stray far from underlying fundamental metrics, such as GameStop. Share prices are determined by the law of supply and demand, and also perceived supply and demand, so can move away from underlying financial metrics for a period of time, but for a short period of time. Therefore, extreme caution and extremely sensitive risk management are needed. Trading right around results releases can also be risky, as investors focus on different areas of the results, sales, EPS, outlook, among other factors. Better to digest the numbers and develop a long-term strategy for the stock. Zomedica Pharmaceuticals Corp. holds several negative signals, and this should be a sell candidate. But due to the general chance for a turnaround situation, it should be considered as a hold candidate. Hold or accumulate in this position whilst awaiting further development. Due to some small weaknesses in the technical picture, we have downgraded our analysis conclusion for this stock since the last evaluation from a buy candidate to a hold accumulate candidate. Sophisticated investors who have witnessed many market ups and downs frequently view the market will even out over time. This tendency of Zomedica pharmaceutical stock price to converge to an average value over time is called mean reversion. However, historically high market prices usually discourage investors that believe in mean reversion to invest, while low prices are viewed as an opportunity to buy. Do let us know in the comment what you think of Zomedica stock. Please subscribe to the Stock Advisor. Thanks for watching.